All right, so 6.5 is half angle identities. So this allows you to find exact values for like fractions of angles. So basically what we're going to do is you're going to like take the value it gives you, you're going to multiply that value by 2 and plug that into your formula. Yes, you're going to need your unit circle and your identity sheet.
Set up.
Okay. All right, so if you look at your half angle identities, that I believe are on the very bottom there. So there's one for sine, one for cosine, and then 3 different ones you can use for tangent.
What page is this?
It is on page 127 is where the half angle identities start. So, you can use whichever one you want. Just whatever your heart desires. Personally, I prefer the last 2 rather than the one with the square root. But that's just me. So, let's do an example. We'll do sine and then we'll do tangent. Because sine and cosine are really similar, except one's a plus, one's a minus. So, if you look at example 2 on page 127, it says to find the exact values of tangent of 157.5 and sine of 157.5. So I'm going to start with sine. So it's sine of 157. I'm just writing it as 0.5. I like that you're holding your mask sideways over your face. Okay, and then the half angle identity is sine 1/2 theta is equal to plus or minus 1 minus cosine theta over 2. So the plus or minus is going to, remember when we did the like all students take calculus and you have to like know what quadrant the angle is positive or negative in?
Like what?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember which one's right.
So like when we, yes. So like in quadrant 1, they're all positive.
ACT.
All right.
Love it. I'm scarred.
All right, in this quadrant, sine is positive, then tangent is positive, cosine is positive.
They're all positive.
No, like only that. So like in this quadrant, cosine and tangent are negative. If the angle, when we draw the angles on the plane,
Okay.
right, depending on where it is, you can determine whether the sine, cosine, or tangent is positive or negative.
Oh, whether it's going this way or that way.
That's the angle measure itself.
Well, you just said that you went through and you said
all of them are positive, then all of them are not.
Right, in the first quadrant, they're all positive. In this quadrant, only sine is positive.
Only sine.
Oh.
In this quadrant, only tangent. In this quadrant, only cosine. What?
Could you write that up there? No.
Oh, like, what do you mean?
Like which one?
Like
different.
sine positive, tangent.
That's what the S, T, and C mean.
Yeah, I know.
It's right there.
Sine is positive.
Sine is positive.
Sine is positive in the S one, and then tangent and cosecant
So, like-
are negative.
Okay, now it makes way more sense.
Okay, apparently Ariel just needs to teach today.
You said it's right there.
If I get your pay for today, it's
Huh?
probably like 50 cents, right?
Pretty much. That's on a good day, maybe. You know what? I don't know. I need to, like... So, again, that's how we determine the plus or minus. So, what we do is we take this, multiply it by 2, and that's going to be what we plug in for theta. So, 157.5 times 2.
What about the other theta?
Well, that's like just the formula.
Oh, huh. Oops.
So, 157.5 times 2
So it's
is
not-
315.
That's what the theta is?
Yeah. So that means we're going to plug in 315.
Okay, so
So we're doing plus or minus 1 minus cosine of 315 over 2.
So 157.5 times
So
2
it
is
should be
theta.
sine 1/2 157.5.
Well, no,
Okay.
315. Because technically, half of 315 is going to be the 157.5. Which is why we're plugging in the 315. And why we're multiplying by 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so 157.5 times 2 equals theta.
Yes. Okay, so then we're going to look at our unit circle.
Unit circle.
The cosine of 315.
I got you. I will figure it out. I will claim the prize. Square root of 2 over 2.
Okay.
I was stalling.
I know you were. Okay, so we have 1 minus the square root of 2 over 2 over 2, and all of that is in a square root. Isn't it so pretty? It makes me happy.
The square root of 1 minus the square root of 2 over 2 over 2.
Yes.
I'm glad yours looks pretty because mine's not.
Mine looks prettier than yours.
Just makes me, hey, you know what? I was going to share my fancy new pens with you today, Ariel.
Your what?
I got fancy new pens.
Your fancy weekend?
No.
Are those like
Swipe.
the felt tip ones that like have-
No, they're kind of more like markers, but they're meant for like hand lettering, so they've got like a really nice like tip on them.
Yikes. This is horrible.
They make me happy. Okay, so then,
Calculator.
no, we exact values. Meaning we want square roots left in our answers, which means calculators are not your friends.
But could you use a calculator?
Not if you want to get an exact value. So we have to get a common denominator for the top part. So I'm going to do that in yellow. Like I'm going to simplify that in yellow. Just I'm going to like break it up by color so we don't get lost in the shuffle. So that's going to be 2 over 2 minus the square root of 2 over 2.
The answer is 0.38.
That's not an exact answer.
Oh,
So
you put
then-
it in a fraction?
Yep. And then we're going to get 2 minus the square root of 2 over 2 over 2 again.
These are my 13 reasons why.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
Because it's fun. All right, so then now we need to get rid of our like double fraction.
But we
So,
lost our plus and minus.
oh well, no we didn't.
When do you figure out which one it is? Does it matter?
Really at any point you can. So basically you would want to figure out the sign, like where 157 would fall on the unit circle. So that would be in what quadrant?
Or what was called?
157.5.
Oh.
Use the original number to determine the positive negative.
That's not fun.
Oh, it's pot.
Right, because it's going to fall in quadrant 2.
So that's where that thing comes in.
Yes. So technically it's positive so that I don't need,
Quadrant 2. Is it sine?
well, because it's 157 degrees. 157.5.
That's where that
It's
angle
between
falls.
0 or it's between 90 and 180. So that's where it would lie in the plane.
Oh.
Yep. I know, I'm really making you guys use your brains today. Sorry. And then, so that's over 1, and then we like flip this and multiply it. So by 2 over 1 to cancel it out here. Which means these 2's cancel. So then our final answer is the square root of 2 minus the square root of 2.
Does it matter which one I do?
No. So for tangent, the second one,
Yes.
the 1 minus cosine over sine.
What about the third
No,
one?
it's sine over 1 plus cosine.
Okay.
Hold
Okay.
on, hold
Alright.
on.
All right. So for okay. So just like before, we're going to take the 157.5, multiply it by 2, and that's the number we plug in for theta. So again, it's going to be 315. And so Ariel wants to use the sine theta over 1 plus cosine theta.
Oh, wait.
157.5 times...
Okay. Hold on.
Oh.
I understand now.
So then we're going to do sine of 315 over 1 plus cosine of 315. So sine of 315 is...
Sorry.
is what?
I just need you to hold on for a second.
Okay.
Ooh, sine of 315?
Yes.
Is negative square root of 2 over 2.
And the cosine of 315?
The square root of 2 over 2?
Mm-hmm. So, just like before, we're going to have to get a common denominator on the bottom, and then we'll flip the bottom, multiply it by the top. So, when we get the common denominator, 1 is going to become 2 over 2. So then we'll just get 2 plus the square root of 2 over 2 on the bottom.
Wait a second, what?
On the bottom.
Yes, you're good. Can you write it out, please?
Yes,
Your brain works faster than
sorry. So then we're going to make that, so on the top it's staying the same. And then on the bottom, that's going to become 2 over 2 plus the square root of 2 over 2. Then we're going to squish that together. Okay?
Should it be a minus
No.
underneath?
No.
Tangent.
For tangent, it's a plus.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. So then now we need to take this part on the bottom. We're going to flip it over to multiply it by what's on the top. To get it out of, to get rid of our double fraction. So we're going to flip it and multiply by it up here. So 2 over 2 plus the square root of 2. So, and then it cancels it out there. Okay, I'm going to shrink and move everything a little bit. Or well, I think I'm just going to do that.
Do the square root of 2's cancel out?
No.
And 2's? Oh,
The
both.
2's cancel out. This 2 and this 2 cancel. So then we're left with negative square root of 2 over 2 plus the square root of 2.
Not your answer?
No. Because what's in the denominator?
A square root.
A square root.
Square root in the bottom of
Yes. So we don't like square roots in the bottom of fractions. So we have to multiply by the conjugate, where we change the sign in the middle. You picked the hard one, Ariel.
I thought it would be easy.
No.
What a scam.
Which one's the easy one?
I would do the 1 minus cosine over sine. The one that's under the one with the square root. Because that way you're just going to have a fraction on the bottom, so you can just multiply by 1 square root instead of having to foil. But now we have to foil.
Oh, what do you know?
Goodness.
Smith.
What a shame. It's over.
All right, fine. Then do your homework.
No, continue. I want to know. I need to know.
So then we're going to multiply by 2 minus the square root of 2 on the top and bottom. So then on top, we're going to get negative 2 square root of 2
You do have to foil.
plus 2.
What happened to the plus sign?
You change it to a minus. You always change the sign in the middle to multiply.
Yeah, you're trying to cancel out the positive from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And then on the bottom, we have to FOIL. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then you get minus 2 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 2. And then minus 2. So then those cancel.
I thought the bottom would cancel out.
No, the square root part cancels out. It doesn't cancel it out completely.
Oh, never mind. I wrote that right. Yeah, I was.
Okay, and then we have 4 minus 2, which is 2.
4 minus negative 2, which is 6.
No, that minus canceled out. Like, this is all gone.
You're
D-
right.
I know. Sorry, that sounded mean.
I know. I'm always right.
You know what, Aaron?
No, Miss Laura, I was talking to her.
And then all these 2's cancel. So then we're left with negative square root of 2 plus 1.
How does that 1 cancel?
Because you can divide out the 2 in front. So then this goes here.
That's a scam.
It is not a scam, it's math.
Math is a scam.
Math is not a scam.
+1.
I did this 2 divided by this 2, so you have to have like a placeholder. It doesn't just like drop out since we're adding it.